try to make sense of it all before I crash, tumble, and fall. You belong in a magazine. Finally, you'll be free. Have a kingdom and a crown. That's your way all around town. Oh. Silence. Oh, silence. Oh, my words got twisted when we got tangled. My mind got mangled when you didn't show. Where do I end and where do you begin? It's the same line, broken in bed. 'Cause you said what you meant, you left when you left. Oh, you said what you meant, yeah, you left when you left. Seems straightforward, you and I. You're on the ground, I'm high up in the sky. You caught me flying, trying to click my wings. We learned the hard way, it's just how it is. Oh, but you said what you meant, you left when you left. Oh, you said what you meant, yeah, you left when you left. never knew. Cross my heart and hope to die. The winds will come, oh, and pass us by. Oh, but you said that you left when you left. Oh, you said what you meant. Yeah, you left when you left. In your eye, I just can't stop but cry. Oh, oh. I see that twinkle in your eye. I just can't stop but cry. Oh, oh. Dark unknown, miles down the road. Never been here before, I never cared to know. Haunted ghost tracks, first time will make it last. Spook I light ahead, all behind, all around, and upside down. Staring hot coffee, late night diner, through the local stare at the local coffee. City kids here, power thrill. The day is old, the night is clear. Ain't going nowhere, nowhere. Falling, falling over. Is it over? Yeah. Trains are coming, lighting up the tracks. Blow right past us, we can feel the thing. Shudder at the sight, I'm falling forward. Catch me last minutes, I'm losing my mind, losing my mind. The wolves howl louder, singing to the moon, laughing at ourselves. The sun came far too soon, far too soon. Falling over, is it over? Yeah. Tell me, when it's over, is it over? Yeah. Falling over, is it over? Yeah. Tell me, is it over? Is it over? Yeah. Well, tell me when it's over. Is it over? Yes. Falling apart. Is it over? Yes. Running from here to there, going nowhere, and everywhere, and everywhere. Water falling through my fingers. Quite frankly, I don't care. No, I don't care. We've been the sunlight too long to block out the light. Yeah. You forget what I wouldn't do for your case. Yeah, yeah. Down on Venice River, and the moon was just a sliver. In my heart, my love, she quivered as the city burns down in light. She's the one that's bright as a new paper. Everything I ever gone, they burn, 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 burn down. Burn down. Broken dreams and empty streets, drowning dry with another sea. No one's safe, no one's transferred up in a cave and wait out, scream and shout and watch stare, don't gawk, do anything for shock. She's not to be stopped. He was down on Venice River, and the room was just a sliver. In my heart, my love, she quivered.
Hey everyone, welcome. If you are looking for Ottawa's one and only Carlington Booch for Booching the Gap, you are in the right place. My name is Emily Quinn, Auction Emily, and I will be your host and auctioneer this evening. And we are so thrilled that you are here. Just a reminder that, again, this is a 2-device experience. So continue to stream on the device that you are watching. You'll also need your phone or a tablet connected to Octria. Some of you are already chatting. We encourage you to do that all through the night. We've got people monitoring the chat. If you need any help getting your phone set up, all you need to do at any point in the evening is text the word START to the phone number on your screen. That's 343-307-4242. You can do that at any point in the evening. Your phone is going to be your primary means of communicating aside from the chat. So again, continue to stream, get your phone set up. We are going to be back in about 5 minutes, but right now, get cozy, snuggle up with the people that you love, get a booch, maybe a snack in your hand, and we will see you in about 5 minutes.
Go right through a mountain, oh, the rivers and I love it when it's raining and the sun is shining down. Oh, it's been so insane. I'm so glad that you came down. Come down. Train of love, carrying the mail. Keep my eyes forward, keep my hands on the rail. Through the bad times and the good, don't ever look back. I love starting these clouds, oh, keep it on track. You're my second skin, baby. You always been, your love is deep. Yeah, well, your love is wide. Oh, well, you had me from the start, pulling every pie. You consumed me. You always knew that under. Oh, you pull me under. Oh, you pull me under like a tidal wave.
Hey!
Hello, everyone.
Live, yeah.
What's going on?
We made it. Hey, grab a kombucha and join us for the next hour. Welcome, Booch family. We're glad you're here. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us tonight. We plan to raise a couple bucks for our initiatives this summer and to provide more impact in our communities in what we do in Carlington Booch. First of all, I'd like to thank a couple people. We have some sponsors, Actria. They are a software company that does this online stuff that you're witnessing. Union City Church, Ashes to Rubies, Gala at Home, and then our volunteers. We cannot do this alone. Like me and Josh, very limited. Clueless. We can make kombucha and deliver it to your door, but outside of that, there's not a lot more going on. Karen B, thank you for being our awesome designer. Jevin, organizing the whole thing. Emily, you will see Emily later. One of our new best friends. Yeah. Like one of them.
Emily
maybe our best friend.
She's the auctioneer.
Our best friend. And Susie and Gary, Vicky on communications, and James doing video. He's right behind the camera. You can't see him, but I can. So we are here tonight to give and to give back. You are here. We are here. We want to do more, and we're asking for a little bit of help from you. So we are going to hear from our supporters. We're going to hear from a couple volunteers, some friends who support and have benefited from our work. The one thing that has drastically changed is this COVID-19 thing and our distribution direction. So we are looking at a subscription model. We are looking at delivery. And we want to get more Booch in people's hands and create more jobs in our community. And so that is what we're looking at doing. We might get a van, a Scooby van, wrap it in Carlington Booch stuff, and deliver kombucha. So that's kind of what we want to start doing this summer. What else do we got? Oh, what else?
You're probably wondering why we asked everyone to do a 6-word story.
We did. We asked you to do a 6-word story. I believe that one of our possessions that we have, maybe the most valued possession that we all have, is our story. And I think that impact is shown through story. So if we have a story, it kind of reflects our impact. And we want to increase our impact, increase our stories. So we wanted to invite you to be part of our story by sharing your story. So 6 words. It's kind of like a little English writing class.
Yep.
I failed English, and I still came up with a 6-word story. Do you want to give an example of one?
So I'll give 2 examples. Fear lost, love won, I'm his. And then another one is one by one, my knots undone.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's some heavy writing. Thank you. So if you want to put your 6-word story in the chat, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, please be a part of the 6-word story. I want to collect them through our emailing. We've got about 8 of them already. So if you join us and write your 6-word story, you will have a chance to win. At the end, you will win. What will they win?
Are we allowed to say exactly what it is?
I don't know.
We're going to be doing a draw for some CB/A to R merch.
Woo! So a t-shirt, basically.
A t-shirt. You get to win a t-shirt.
How many Booch have you had today? That was difficult. All right, we just wanted to share some highlights of what we're doing. We're a new social enterprise, and we want to have what we mean by social enterprise is we're really focused on our impact, and income isn't first, but impact is. So how have we been impacting people in our communities? We have impact in the addiction recovery community. And so we were kind of rolling into our second year. Our first year was just trying to figure out how to drink and make kombucha. Mm-hmm. And then last year we got in the farmers markets and a couple vendors, a couple retailers. And then this year we're still trying to figure some stuff out.
Still trying to work.
So here are some highlights of the year last year, really.
Last year.
Coming into this year. Number one, last year we had 2 seasonal employees from the recovery community, and they came in at a part-time seasonal level last year, and that was awesome.
Another highlight was back in September, John and I, we went back to school.
Oh, did we?
And that was tough.
Books and paper and pencils, erasers.
Yeah, they put us in our place. There is an organization called CSID, Center for Social Enterprise Development, and they helped us out tremendously. We did a bunch of classes with them, had some coaching with them. They really helped us with our business model, with the idea of who we were and where we wanted to go, and they helped kind of work through that. And they've been a huge support to us.
I thought we knew a couple things of why we were doing something, and they just showed us that we know nothing.
Yeah.
And so they helped us know something, and we still have 50 hours worth of coaching. And we got a grant from them to invite in Mananova from Montreal. They are commercial brewers, and they set up breweries all over the world. And so we had Tom, the master brewer. That's what your achievement is, to be like Tom. And we had them come into our brewery, which we're in right now, and we brewed for a whole day. And so they taught us how to scale, how to brew, and how to produce a capacity that will get us on our feet.
I was working the farmers markets in the fall, and I was at Lansdowne, and we had the leader of the NDP party, Jagmeet Singh, came by, and he had his film crew and his little entourage.
You hustled them.
I think
you sold like 12 kombuchas.
Yeah, all of a sudden I'm getting interviewed, but I upsold them, and
upseller right here.
His whole crew bought some Booch as well, so that was cool.
Last year in October, November, we got our first full-time employee.
Who?
Josh, right here. This guy. He is one employee of the month for the last few months anyway.
Last 8 months.
8 months. Employee of the month right there. And so that is a big relief of freeing me up a little bit and teaching him how to brew, how to, wake up in the morning and actually get to work and on time and sweep and mop and all those things. But Josh, it's an honor for Josh to be here, come out of his addiction and remodeled his whole life. And you'll hear a little bit more about that story. I don't want to give it away.
No, don't give it away.
What else we got?
We've began to further develop our employee assistance program, which some of you might know as our Booch Ambassador program. So we hold lunch and learns. So we're able to hold a couple of those in different corporate offices.
Tea parties. We have adult tea parties for your corporate setting.
We basically go in there with our kombucha. We share our story, what we're about. We want to raise awareness about addiction and mental health. And then we also opened up our confidential online chat. So people in these workplaces could reach out to us. If they were struggling, if they knew someone who was struggling, they could reach out for help.
Yeah, just when we talk about these things, it brings people out of shame. And so they're able to communicate with us. And did I say that the highlight was we got our first full-time employee? Oh, I already said that. I'm so excited about that one. Yeah. Recently we launched we launched our white label. This is going to be the same white label all summer long, and it's going to be different flavors. So our first flavor that we brewed was blueberry. It sold out in 4 days,
very quickly.
And we've got
some other flavors.
We got some flavors brewing.
They're coming up.
We got one coming up next week. So stay tuned. That was exciting for me. What else?
This past year we were able to expand into the retail space. So some of them are Calabo Cafe, Menchie's, Oko Kitchen, Arlington 5, Joyo Cafe, and Independent Grocer on Somerset.
Yeah, thank you guys. And what else have we got?
We're moving into a subscription.
We're looking at the subscription delivery model. It's a mess right now because we're getting messages from all over the place. So part of the money raised tonight will actually be able to do this properly and effectively and get Booch into your hands in a subscription model. So we're looking forward to doing that.
And the last highlight was part of working with Carlington Booch and being volunteering or working is we really want to support our workers. So we had a seasonal worker last year, and she was just going through some personal issues, and she had 2 kids at home, and we had the opportunity to care for her kids for a month while she was kind of sorting out through some things. So that was an honor to have that opportunity.
And now we want to welcome you to our new best friend of the Booch family. her name, she goes by Auction Emily. Her name is Emily Quinn, and it's an honor to be working with her. I just want to take a little, 2-second pause, because her husband's a big deal. He's a firefighter, and he is in LA maybe right now, but the stuff that they're going through. So I just take 2 seconds to honor all the first responders that are responding to the stuff that's happening. Amen.
Man, John,
there you are. I didn't finish.
That's all right. You can keep
Emily
going.
worked with nonprofits all over North America and helps them raise funds for programs and people, and we're thrilled to have you with us tonight. Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for that shout out. Super appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. My name, again, Emily Quinn, and tonight is going to be interactive in several ways. We encourage you to continue to use the chat like you already are. I see your 6-word stories coming in. We appreciate it. We hear you, we see you, and it is so important that you continue to share, cheer each other on, show some love for the Booch family, for people that are giving. It's really lovely to see. Secondly, you'll be using your phone or an iPad to engage in all of the fundraising. So if you haven't gotten that set up, go ahead and take care of that now. You can text START to the phone number that will pop up on the screen in just a moment. There it is right now. And if you're having any trouble getting into the chat on YouTube, you may need to set up a YouTube account in order to chat. Don't worry, it's no big deal. It's just one of those hurdles that technology throws us. We have monitors on the chat, both in YouTube and in Facebook. So if you need help at any point, just let us know. Let us know how we can support you, how we can make this experience more fun, more engaging, more alive for you. Let's see, as we move along, again, if you get lost at any point on your phone or your tablet, you just text START to that number. If you were pre-registered, you were getting texts from that number already. Hopefully at this point, we are all set up. I see Vicky is really excited about those 6-word stories. I see lots of people chatting. We welcome that. It's really lovely to see. Now, we're going to be kicking this off in just a moment, and I have a question for the guys and also for you out there in chat land. I want to know how many of you is this your first ever virtual live auction, virtual live fundraiser? Curious to see who out there is doing this for the first time, because first times are fun and exciting. Fortunately, it's not my first time doing this. I've done this a handful of times. Probably, yep, Janelle says she's a first timer. There's going to be a lot of you, I would imagine. Mike's a first timer. Karen, Andy, lots and lots of first timers. So welcome. Again, if you get lost at any point, just let us know. Now, we are going to move into what I like to think of as the heart and soul of these events, where I encourage 100% participation. We offer opportunities for you to get involved wherever you can, whatever your reach is today, tonight, and we encourage you to go there. 100% participation is really important tonight. You'll have an opportunity to give either one-time pledges, or at the end of the program, we will give you a chance to give a monthly gift if that feels more comfortable. And later on, we'll talk about why that's so important for nonprofits. Now, this experience, this event, this is the opportunity for Carlington Booch to booch the gap from where they have come, all of the great work that you heard Josh and John share about what this organization has done, to where they want to be going. And you've heard a little bit about, you've heard that subscription model, that delivery model. These are the places that they want to grow. And again, the heart and soul of this organization is all about that social enterprise. So growing this Booch business does so much for your Ottawa community. I'm going to share 3 places that we are looking to grow and help them really expand. One of them is just creating the infrastructure, again, for their farmers market. They wanted to go into the farmers market, and now all of that, because of COVID-19, is moving into this subscription model. Right now, all of those deliveries are being done in personal cars. How cool would it be to see a fully custom wrapped Carlington Booch van cruising your streets, knowing that not only is it delivering yummy stuff for your belly, but is also doing such good work in your community. The second place that your efforts tonight can really support not just your Ottawa community, but the Carlington Booch family, is to help them make upgrades to the brewery to make it more efficient, so that, again, they can get that on autopilot and focus on that outreach, that social enterprise, the heart and soul of their mission. And then finally, that employee assistance program to provide mental and emotional support to anyone who needs it. And right now, we all need a little bit of emotional support, a little bit of community, and that is what tonight is about. So again, continue to follow along on your screens. If you need help, shout us out in the text. I am monitoring the YouTube. I'm not monitoring the Facebook. Sorry, I couldn't do both. Now, if you are excited to hear some really great stories, you're ready to jump in. Let's see, I'm ready in the chat. I'm ready to move into this. You are going to hear more about these amazing projects. You're going to hear some incredible stories. As you know, story is so important to Carlington Booch, and it's really important to all of us to, again, be seen and heard and felt. So without further ado, we have a video that we'd like to show you just to help you understand all of the great work that has brought us to this moment tonight.
Hey, how's it going?
What's happening? Hey, man, that was part of the plan. Hey?
Who's running the show?
Wow. Like we said, we're clueless.
I guess there's some audio issues, so we will fix those immediately and get those audio issues fixed. I basically was just telling you what kombucha was. Kombucha is a naturally fermented tea.
It is
here we go. Here we go.
Here it is.
Hey, my name's John Ruby, a.k.a. Big Scobie, founder of Carlington Kombucha. What is kombucha? What is Booch, you might ask? Well, it's fermented tea. We take regular tea, sugar, sweet tea, and we add yeast culture to it, yeast and bacteria. It ferments for a couple weeks, and we are left with a high energy probiotic drink that is great for your gut health, great for your digestion, great for your immune system, and helps you detox off of toxins in your body. And so it is a health drink, and we do this all for social impact. The social impact that we want to have and that we do have is in the addiction recovery community. So we provide job and volunteer opportunities for guys and girls coming out of treatment centers. We also have an educational piece where we go into the corporate workplace and put on lunch and learns, talk about purpose, impact, and we talk about addiction and mental health issues and how anybody, whether they're sitting under a bridge with a brown paper bag and a bottle or sitting behind a computer getting paid 80, 90 grand a year, can all have the same problem. We need connection and community. So we come into the workplace and we put on lunch and learns, talk about addiction, mental health issues, and then leave the workplace with a message center, a confidential private message center. So if anybody is struggling in the workplace, they can reach out to one of us from Carlington Booch, that somebody that has been there and done that and can walk them through any of the issues that they may have. So why do I do this? What's the point? I do this for my own recovery. I do this to stay sober. And in 2005, I was homeless on the streets of Ottawa. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol. I got to the point of my addiction being so bad as soon as I would take a drink, I would turn into instant psychosis. That is extreme paranoia and extreme fear and anxiety. And the substance that I was using stopped working because as a little kid, I always had these thoughts and feelings that I wasn't good enough, that I was unlovable, that I wasn't worthwhile, and all of these things that probably most of us experience to some degree. I was irritable and restless and discontent as a little child. I always thought that I was bad and that I was going to get punished. I felt like there was this hammer over my head waiting to come down and punish me. And I lived in this fear and tension. And in grade 11, in the summer of grade 11, I had my first drink. And my first drink gave me what life couldn't give me. And that was peace and quiet and joy and contentment and all of those things that I so badly wanted. It became my solution to the noise in my head. But as time goes by, 13 years down the road, it stopped working. It stopped becoming my solution and actually tried to destroy my life. And this is where I was in 2005 on the streets of Ottawa. I couldn't take my own life. I was trying to not wake up. I didn't want to hurt myself, but I did not want to live anymore. I couldn't use what I was using in drugs and alcohol, so I thought the best idea was to end my life. And I just tried to do that by using copious amount of drugs. And I kept waking up and I kept waking up and I kept getting more into psychosis and more paranoid and more anxious. And finally I had a moment of clarity. And in this moment of clarity was a voice that said, as I was hurt as a child, abandoned and abused, that's what you're doing to your kids and the ones that you love. And I was impacted with that statement because as a child I was adopted, and I always thought as an adult that was a great thing to be actually chosen by parents, and actually worthwhile enough to be given to somebody else to take care of me. And so in my head I always thought that was a great thing, but I was impacted by this statement because where all of my anger and rage and fear, all of these feelings that I had came from that. And that's what I was passing on to my children and the ones I love. I was just impacted by the thought of that. I was showing 4 pictures. I was showing me dying of a violent death. I was showing a picture of me in a jail cell. I was showing a picture of me in a straitjacket in a white padded room. And then I was showing like fuzz on a TV screen, the static of when the shows end, and it's just an option that I didn't know. The other 3 options I knew pretty well. I've been in lots of violent situations. At this time I'd been in jail at 4 different occasions and been in psychiatric treatment twice right here in Ottawa. And so I was familiar with those options. And so that night I chose the white static picture. And that was the first time I believe that I was surrendered to another option than mine. And within a few weeks, I got into a treatment center downtown and was introduced to a park greater than myself who I call God. And I started this journey of a relationship with God. And so what happened was God started to do what I couldn't do for myself. God took over from what alcohol and drugs did. And now my solution became this relationship with God. And I started working a 12-step program, and they told me to stay sober. I had to work with others. What was given so freely to me, I had to pass that message on. And so for the first year, I tried to do this thing all by myself. I tried to, get back into my old employment in the trades, and I wasn't able to stay sober for very long until I gave it all up. Until I said, one day I just said, you got me sober. Now, if you deem it necessary, then you can get me employment. And so I went into full-time volunteer. Went to this Bible study and this coffee shop and tried to just volunteer wherever I could go, not looking for a job or not asking for a job because I didn't think he needed help. And so I left that job up to him. And after about 6 months, I got a job working at a care home for mentally ill people. And I started my employment there, and it was the best job that I ever had. I got to serve other people and be used to God, and it really helped me get outside of myself. And so that's how I've stayed sober, is just being able to impact the world around me, to pass on the message that was so freely given to me. And so I got to be able to direct and found a treatment center here in Ottawa, and I did that for 8 years. And then in the last 4 years, I transitioned. We planted a church community. We out of that, we have our social enterprise, Carlington Booch. We have a monthly show called Ashes to Rubies, and we really want to have impact in our culture and our society. We want to be relevant. We want to reach people with a message of hope. And so at Carlington Booch this summer, we have a couple projects. We want to do a job creation thing where we're being present at the farmers markets and some other markets, and we want to grow our reach that way. And all the markets cost money, and we have to buy some equipment. And so we're looking for a little bit of help there. And we also want to impact the corporate sector with what we call the Booch Ambassadors. So Booch Ambassadors have one of our Booch fridges, and they put them in their workplace and buy kombucha, and then we come in and do the lunch and learns. And we really want to impact the people in the corporate sector, as well as helping people booch the gap from addiction to healthy lifestyles. And so I'm just inviting everybody in to partner with us to be a part of the impact in Ottawa, the impact in our communities. And so I just thank you all for being present and coming and being a part of this evening. Thank you so much. God bless. Top of the Booch to you.
Great story from John. And again, tonight is all about impact. It's all about hope. And our Fund Donate officially begins at the $5,000 level. And again, we have levels all the way through, encouraging 100% participation and inviting you to find your reach wherever it might be. Before we even begin at the $5,000 level, though, I always offer what I call a leadership opportunity. And the way that this works is, again, before we even begin, I invite any of you, maybe you've been inspired by John's story, maybe you know some more of the stories that are behind the scenes of Carlington Booch. Maybe you yourself have experienced some of those feelings, those thoughts that John shared. Maybe someone you love has. But this is your chance right now to give any amount over $5,000. Again, before we even begin, this is a leadership opportunity. You can write in the chat who you might be making this gift in honor or in memory of. But again, before we even begin, I always throw this out there, that leadership opportunity. I always say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So again, any amount before we begin over $5,000 to kick us off, because we have so many stories. I know we all have so many stories to share. And again, you can continue to share your 6-word stories in the chat right now. We are going to start to move into the Fund Donate. Again, we will start at those higher levels and move all the way down to the give any amount level. I encourage you to find your reach, to show up for your community. Moving into the $5,000 level. And we actually did get one gift of $4,000. So in between, and that's fine. And we'll have a chance later on to give any other amounts too. But right now we are at the $5,000 level. And the $5,000 level is for us, it's all about social enterprise. Now we've been throwing that word around a lot, and we want to help you really understand what it means. So this $5,000 level, Carlington Booch, like so many of us, has been pivoting. We've been hearing that word pivot. Now they are having to look at transitioning their entire farmers market plan, that dream, into this remote delivery option. And they really want to get that van, that wrapped custom van, to facilitate that. Right now, they are using their personal vehicles to make these deliveries. So right now, this is a $5,000 level, and you should see that on your phone. And we have a video from a Booch family member named Mark to tell you a little bit about his experience.
My name is Mark Moran, and along with my business partner, Graham Webster, we are the partners of Cobo Commercial Real Estate and Brokerage. And John and I were at a business meeting together, and he brought some samples for us. And so I started buying out of the Booch pit. It just evolved from there. We started bringing in Booch on a regular basis for the team here and for our clients. We actually had John come in and do a tasting with the team, and brought some of his team in, do a tasting and explain some of their stories and tell our team about their stories. As an organization, we've made a decision to invest in charities, initiatives that we invest in people, I guess. And so we love the product, we love what they're doing in the community, we love the lives, how they're changing lives. And so really we're investing in them.
Thanks so much. I do see those gifts coming in. Thank you all. Again, we are at the $5,000 level. This is that social enterprise level. And a reminder that all of your gifts during this Fund a Need are tax deductible. So 100% of what you give, you will get a tax receipt for that at the end. This is your opportunity, my friends, to show up, to support each other, to help other people find their voice, to find their community, to find the support that we need to not just survive, but to thrive in our lives. So right now, we are inviting you to help Carlington Booch create a series of videos focused on addiction and mental health for their ambassadors. This would include things like raising awareness about addiction, providing information about what to do and where to go for help, whether it's you or someone you know. This is your chance, my friends, $5,000 to give back and to show up. We are going to be moving now into our next level, which is the $2,500 level. This one is all about family connection. This one is about integrity. It's about acting courageously. It's about showing up for the people that you love, for the people that mean the most to you. And to tell this story, we get to go back to Carlington Booch's own Josh Beatty.
So, yeah, I never thought addiction had a hold of my life until it threatened to destroy my marriage and my family. I had the stereotypical thought of what an addict or an alcoholic looked like. And yeah, that wasn't me. I'm not on the street. I haven't lost everything. I don't got needles sticking out of my arms. So I'm not that bad. You know, I grew up in a religious home. I'm employed full-time. I got a job, a wife, a family, 2 little kids. But I knew that I had some unhealthy patterns and behaviors in my life. So I wanted to try and cut some of those out. And one of my friends told me, hey, you know what, your drinking is looking problematic. So I decided that I needed to do something different. So I took time off of work. I started going to 12-step groups. I got a sponsor. I started going to spiritual retreat centers. But when the time came back for me to go back to work, I was so anxious and depressed and terrified about going back. I knew John, and John said, hey, why don't you come work for Carlington Booch full time, you know, like, and you can just really work your recovery, and you're not in that same environment that you would have been before. And I thought it was crazy. Like, I'm going from an electrical union wage, pension benefits to, you know, minimum wage. But I knew that this is what I needed for my sobriety. One of the things that I love about working with Carlington Booch is the flexibility in the schedule. I know having 2 little kids that I am a lot more present with my kids. I'm able to help them out in the morning. I'm able to help out around supper time. I know before when I was in the trades, it's like, you know, I'm up, you know, crack of dawn, 5 a.m., work hard all day. By the time I get home, I'm tired, and it's like, and that just elevated my anxiety and my stress levels. So I know, given this opportunity, I'm so much more present at home, to be the father that I need to be to my kids, to be the husband that I need to be to my wife. And it's really just giving me tools to just actually live that out.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Great stories. Again, we promised you so many stories, and we have so many of them coming up. I do want to go back. We had a $4,000 gift that snuck in there. So we are doing amazing. We are at the $2,500 level. Again, we'll give you the give any amount buttons. We'll give you lots of options. We'll give you lots of stories. But I want to give the proper acknowledgement for that $4,000 gift. That is huge, huge in helping Carlington Booch move to where they'd like to be. You can cheer these people on. Again, we are looking for $2,500 right now. And over the course of a year, folks, this is $208 per month over the course of a year. So as you're thinking about these gifts, I invite you to think about what you could give up, what you could say, you know what, I'm okay without this. Yay, we get the confetti. I love the confetti. During these challenging times, friends, alcohol consumption is up 25%. 25%. You can help. You can show up at this $2,500 level and make an impact. So we are going to be moving on, again, $2,500, that family connection level, moving into what I like to think of as the first of the My Fair Share levels. The first one being $1,000. Now, this one is all about what Carlington Booch does around job creation and skill building. We are going to hear first from a Booch family member named Tracy. And what I love about her story is that it really does show what we mean by booching the gap. Take a look.
Hey everyone, my name is Tracy. I'm a recovering alcoholic and I have 3 years sobriety. I'm here to tell you how honored and proud I am to have met Vicky and John Ruby. I volunteered for Carlington Booch for a year. I was transitioning back from treatment, scared, frightened, afraid of how the stigma was going to affect me, judgment. They opened their arms for me. They brought me in. They helped me have a purpose again. They helped me be able to give back to the community and feel important. I want to help raise awareness and to say, the most important thing I have to say is I've had my job for 3 years and it's because of Carlington Booch. It led me to that. The biggest thing I have to say is asking for help. It's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. So to reach out, and that's what they're there for. They're helping us, helping raise awareness in our community. So again, I want to say thank you to Carlington Booch for giving me this opportunity to get my life back. Big supporters, and I love you all. Thanks.
Lots of love for Tracy. Thank you so much. I see lots of love in the comments for her, that story. Purpose is so important, friends, and we already have a gift at the $1,000 level, so thank you so much. We'll keep those coming in. Again, this moment right now, it is all about your Ottawa community. It's about providing these opportunities for growth, for social enterprise, for allowing people as they move through their recovery experience to come back even stronger than where they were. $1,000 over the course of a year is $83 per month, $2.74 per day over the course of a year. You can barely get a latte for that, my friends. Your act of human kindness right now, $1,000. Thank you so much. We've just got another one. Big cheers in the chat for that. You all are helping to move the needle for Carlington Booch right now, their first ever official fundraising event, hopefully not the last. This is all about love towards others. It's all about showing up with an open heart, with joy. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you, Karen. Thanks, Mike. Yes, Vicky, first ever. It's really special, and I'm personally honored to be here. Thank you all so much for being here. Also, we're gonna move this along into what I call the next of the My Fair Share levels. This one being the $500 level. This one is about, again, like we just heard, this is about purpose and meaning in the lives of those in recovery. Friends, to me, this is where it really all comes together. This is where the magic happens for your community. And in a moment, we're going to hear Daniel's story. But before we do that, I would love for you to share in the chat what community means to you. Tell me a little bit about what community is, why community matters, because that is such a big part of what Carlington Booch is about. And I want to hear from you what community is. And while you're doing that, we will hear Daniel's story.
So I've been involved with Carlington Booch for a year or two now. I've been coming regularly to the Friday volunteering to bottle, and I've loved being a part of the community that Carlington Booch has created. I come in and I've been learning how to share my story and realize that we're all on journeys of recovery in one way or another. But bigger than that, I've been able to bring friends in to talk just with the community and learn that we actually all have things to offer each other, and we all have things to learn as we're growing as people and facing the challenges we all face. So it's an open community where we can grow deep together, and it's all backed by a higher purpose of booching the gap and bringing the good news through kombucha to people.
You guys, I'm getting goosebumps reading these expressions of community and what it means to you. We already have gifts coming in at this $500 level. This is about belonging. This is about connection. It's about meeting somebody at the farmer's market like Vicky did and connecting them with someone that said, hey, do you know anybody who needs a job? It's about knowing that you have people that could give up on you, but they don't. It's about showing up. And this is, it really is an incredible opportunity, $500. And a really cool thing that you might not know is that it is scientifically proven that when you spend your money on other people, you will get happier. So I invite you right now to just lean into that happiness, to feel it, to show up. $500, $41 per month over the course of a year. This is how you help booch the gap between where Carlington Booch has been and where they would like to go. We have a couple gifts in. Thank you so much. This is absolutely incredible. I can't tell you. I'd imagine that the guys are over on the side cheering. We'll get to see them as soon as we move through this and into our live auction, making real connections with people. Thank you, Ray. Really incredible. We are going to now move into our final official level of the Fund and Need. But again, you have those chances to get in on the action in just a moment, wherever your reach is. This next level is $250. I love that the community stories are still coming in. Thank you, Heather. I'm going to read that in just a moment. This next level, $250, again, all about community action. Now, this is our final official level. Again, you get a tax receipt for all of your gifts because you're not receiving, it's just giving, and it feels so good. This level, again, all about community, and we're going to hear from Joe to hear what his story is.
My name is Joe Mabratu, and I will tell you a little bit about Carlington Booch. Carlington Booch has played such an incredible role in my life. It's allowed me to have purpose, and it's also allowed me to connect with the greater community. You never realize that a social enterprise, a small thing like this, could have such great impact in so many people's lives. And I really truly believe it's when we have community that we see transformation. And I know the world right now is looking not only just for any kind of community, but community that's intentional, that has purpose. It's about connecting and connection. It's not about authority. And I really believe Carlington Booch is facilitating a level of change in our culture today that is really needed. In light of COVID-19, I really believe this amazing organization is doing something that we all need. It's moving people from isolation into community and ultimately connecting them to something bigger than themselves. And I'm eternally grateful for the team and the work that they're doing.
That one is one of my favorites. I love what he has to say about community, about transformation. And I really think that it's about community in purpose. You all are rocking it. You're crushing this $250 level. We are well beyond our dream goals on this one. So thank you. Keep those gifts coming in. Again, purpose around community and creating connection even when we can't be together. If you're feeling the love, even though you're not in the same room, you can say, I'm feeling the love. I'm so happy to be here. I know many of you know each other. You're seeing names pop up in the chat. It is not the same as showing up in person, but there is something special when we come together like this with purpose, for the purpose of transforming this organization into something so much bigger than what it's been and what it can become. Thanks, Karen. Me too. Heather, yes, these gifts are coming in. You're doing an amazing job. $250 again, fully tax deductible gifts. I always aim for 100% participation in my fund of needs. I know that not everyone can show up at all of the same levels. It's only about you finding your reach, whatever your personal reach is, whatever that spot that will make you say, ooh, it's a little uncomfortable, but I can do it because it's helping someone else. And the promise there is that you will feel great for doing it. So last call for $250. We're going to start moving along. The live auction is going to be really fun. So stick around, even if you're not bidding. We need people to cheer those bidders on. Moving into the give any amount. So this could be any amount below $250. It could be anywhere between $5,000 and $250. But again, these are flat one-time gifts. And at the end of the program, you will have the opportunity to give a monthly gift, which we would invite you to consider because that is the lifeblood of these nonprofit organizations and helping them continue their great work. So again, right now, this is the give any amount. And I just want to throw out some numbers for you. So If you were to give $5,056 right now, that would be $1 for every day that John has been sober. My friends, $5,056. Thank you. These numbers are coming in. We've got $200, we've got $25. You could also give $522. That is the number of days of Josh's sobriety journey. But again, 100% participation wherever, however you can show up. This is the chance to go there, find your reach. And we have one more story in the Fund a Need. This one is from James.
Hey guys, my name is James. I am the cinematographer volunteer for Carlington Booch. I have met John Ruby through a video I was filming for somebody. He let us use the church, and after I met John Ruby, I went to some of his events, and I started to see the impact that he was having at these events on people and how much it was helping them. Coming around them, I used to smoke a lot of weed like all the time. Even after I found God, that was something that was really hard for me to let go, I guess you could say. But coming around them, I don't know if it's the sense of community that I felt or the sense of worth that I felt. I felt like a purpose, and I felt like I belonged somewhere, and I felt like I was helping people. And I didn't want to bring that stuff around people. And it's almost like that satisfaction of how I felt overtook the need to feel like to smoke weed. It was better, and I didn't want to be around people that were, struggling with addiction themselves. I wanted to be able to help more. So it has helped me in my life. I don't smoke weed anymore, which all around makes me a better person for my kids and for my family. It's really helped me a lot.
I love watching the chats. This is incredible. I love seeing the stories. I love seeing all of the ways that Carlington Booch has changed your lives. These gifts are rolling in faster than I can even keep up. We've got 200, 25, 50, 50, 100, 100. Again, this is the give any amount. This is when you show up, either for yourself or for someone that you love who has gone through these challenges, who knows what it means, and for someone who's come out on the other side to find this community. And I know we keep saying that word over and over again, but man, you just cannot take away the community from this organization and from the great work that they do. It's the heart and soul of it. So again, if you've heard a story that touched you, now is the time to give any amount, or if you'd like to wait until the end to do a monthly gift, we invite you to do that also. Now, if you're having a good time at your first ever virtual space, if you're excited for the change, the impact, the transformation that you are creating tonight, let's see some love. Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it. I love seeing all of these comments in the chat. This has been absolutely wonderful. You really are moving the needle for Carlington Booch. Now, we are going to start to switch gears. We're going to keep that button open for a little while longer on your phone. And as we switch into the live auction, the technology, again, is really quite simple. The item will pop up on your phone. If you want to bid, you push the button, and then you'll just follow along on your phone. There will be times possibly where what you're seeing me say and what's on your phone is a little different. And the best way to combat that is, if you want to bid, get in on the action, keep pushing that button until you win. It gets a little weird with technology. And thank you, Vicki. We thought that I looked a little J-Lo. What do you think? Now, keep cheering in the comments. We understand that during a live auction, there are only a handful of us that will be playing along. But again, you can show up and use your resources in the ways that you can. To me, it's time, money, energy, expertise. Show up with your energy. If you can't show up with your money, you're giving your time, and we are so, so grateful. Now, I'm going to invite John. I don't know if Josh is going to be with him, but they are. They're both going to come back, and we have a little bit of fun happening. Guys, I'll pass it over to you for a minute.
Emily, where would Josh go? Like, he's trapped here in the Booch pit. Like,
I know.
He's got a life sentence. Come on.
It's true.
Thank you, Emily. You are awesome. See, now you have like so many best friends in Ottawa.
Yep.
So thank you so much for participating, everyone. Thank you so much. I feel like we're at a big gala, but it's online. We're all together but separate. So thank you so much for helping us out. Thank you so much for partnering with us, all those that partnered with us. And we will get into the live auction soon. But first of all, we have the giveaway. And for the 6-word story.
Hold on.
What do you want me to hold on to?
Drum roll, or are we?
We're going to do a drum roll.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's too loud. All right. So they picked a random winner for a family Booch shirt, and you can be part of the Booch or Ashes to Ruby shirt. And the winner is, I forgot the drum roll. The drum roll.
Oh, sorry. Did I do it too early?
Yeah, Janelle,
All
aka
right,
Nelly. You
Janelle.
have won. Oh, look at that. Oh.
There you go. Janelle, all you have to do is type winner. Janelle, you're the winner. Congratulations. You get your choice of a shirt. Yes, you're a winner. Awesome. Let's give her a round of applause. And let's see. We're going to jump into the live auction. These guys are going to stick around. They're going to help me out to describe some of these. Now, again, I just want to keep encouraging you that just like at my live events, if you are not bidding, you are cheering on those who are. That is where the magic happens. People like to know that they're being supported. It's really, really important. So we're going to kick it off with item number 1. This one is our Booch starter kit and virtual group brewing party. We also call this the Booch and Brew. So with this one, it's a little bit of an unusual live auction item because there are going to be many, many winners. To get in on the action, you are going to push the button. You'll be in for $125. And we can have lots of winners for this. So it's a great way to show up. You're going to have some social time. You'll get a little bit of the sense of what that community connection that we've been seeing everybody talking about in the chat. So it's going to work in 2 ways. If you live in the Ottawa area, the greater Ottawa area, your kit will be delivered or mailed to your door. Plus, you're going to get a 6-pack of Carlington Booch. And if you live afar, you can still join the virtual party because we are all now connected in Zoom land. And instead of getting the 6-pack, you're going to get some swag, t-shirts and things like that. And they will give you a list of materials that you can go out and get so that you can be in on the process. So I'm going to turn it over to Josh to talk a little bit about the experience and what it means to brew kombucha. And again, anyone can get in on this. It is not a live auction. If you want in on the action, it's $125 and you're in along with all of your new best friends. So Josh, let's hear it.
Oh, but first of all, Josh has a title as Master Brewer. I taught him how to brew kombucha, and he is now a master. Wow. You too could be a master. If I can teach Josh, anybody can learn. Anybody. Like I was anybody.
Clueless.
Your hamster, your cat.
Have you ever?
What about my dog?
What's that?
What about my dog?
Oh, definitely your dog.
All right, Josh, tell us about brewing kombucha.
We want to come together and brew together and teach people how to be.
Hold on.
Miniature.
Hold on. Are you giving the prize?
No. I'm typing it up.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to brew kombucha? The fermented tea, the nectar of the gods.
Nectar of the gods.
You know what? You could go to the store yourself. You could look it up on YouTube. You could struggle. Or you could bid. You can have everything you need delivered to your home. And then you can come on a Zoom call with us. We're going to do a Zoom call on June 27th at 10 a.m. Eastern time for anyone who's in the West Coast. And we're going to take you step by step through the process on how to brew kombucha. If you're in the Ottawa area, you will also get a 6-pack of our kombucha so you know what to compare it to, the glorious nature of our kombucha. And like Emily said, if you live afar, we will send you some CB swag and some t-shirts. And yeah, we will hook you up with just a link on Amazon or where to pick up all the stuff. And then you can join us in on the Zoom call.
If Josh can do it, you can do it. I get people at the farmer's market all through the season, and I'll give them a SCOBY and starter tea, and then they come back and they said that it was great, and then it didn't go so great. But we want to join with you to make it great.
We will walk you through the process.
Yes.
And you get to have fun.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So there is a question about whether they are recording the call in case some of you can't make it. I would say if you get in on the action, we will for sure record it and make sure that you get your instructions. So we would love to see you join for this one. And we were laughing a little bit about this item because we thought, they're kind of offering this thing that could, work against their business model. But as John said, you brew kombucha for a while and then you're like, I think I'll come back and buy it from these guys. Plus, I've heard the blueberry kombucha is pretty special here. So, maybe white label blueberry. We've got a couple people in on this. I will be there. I just can't figure out how to bid while I'm on screen. We're going to keep this one open for just another couple of minutes, and we can get you in on the action. Awesome. We've got some more people in. It's going to be a really fun time. 7 a.m. These guys have been seeing me at 7 a.m. all week. It's a fine time in California. So
this is a good couples event. You and your couple.
It is a good couples event.
You could do a little couples brewing.
Yeah.
You could do different flavors. You could do hibiscus and pine cone. You could do whatever you want. We'll teach you how to do it.
Love it. So I know it looks like Mark's in, Janelle's in, I'm in, Susie's in. So we would love it. And I think there were some other people that maybe bought beforehand. And I bet we could possibly keep this one open after the event too. So get in on the action. If you need to think about it, if you need to invite some friends, we'll keep that one open. But we're going to go ahead and move along into item number 2. This one is Booch for a year. Now, sadly, you have to be local in order to win this one. I was kind of disappointed. Like before, you can go ahead and start bidding as soon as you see that button pop up. But John's going to walk you through what this whole experience is all about, the Booch for a year.
So Booch for a year. Imagine Booch for a year, kombucha for a year. Imagine that, Josh.
I live it.
We live Booch for a year, and I don't know what I would do without it. You too can have Booch for a year. So basically, it's a 24-pack of kombucha delivered to your house once a month for 1 year. 1 year. It has to be in the Ottawa city limits, and the value is, what's the value worth?
$1,000.
$1,000. It's an awesome bonus to your refrigerator if you have the room, or bring it into the office, share it with your friends, share it with your coworker. If you're a boss, you could possibly win Boss of the Year if you bring it in, your monthly kombucha in, and share it. Kombucha shared with a friend is a big deal.
It sounds really great. And I do kind of love the idea of not just thinking, oh my gosh, can I drink a case of kombucha every month? Although I know some people do. But it is a great way to, share and connect. And even when you can't get together in person, we've got 2 bidders on this one. So you 2 might need to duke this one out to see a winner, to make some big change for Carlington Booch. Again, you get your flavors, you get your, every month, kind of amazing, 24 kombuchas. You get your flavor preference, which is pretty cool. So we've got Addie and Mark in on the action. We're going to see how far we can take this one. And how awesome is that to get it delivered? I think that you could also go pick it up. If they were to pick it up, would they be coming to the brewery to pick it up? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So could they take a look at how things are done and kind of get a sneak peek on the action?
They might get hired too. Volunteer. Yeah, they might be sitting down putting labels on bottles for sure.
All right. Trevor saying, free delivery. It's kind of amazing. I'm really bummed that I can't get my hands on some Carlington Booch. So as soon as flying is happening again, I might see a trip to Ottawa. We've got Mark back in on the action. Addie, are you going to let him go? He's edging you out. You guys cheer these 2 on. We've got Mark and Addie duking it out for this one. Lots of probiotics. Yes, it's so true. This stuff is so good for you, and that's what's amazing. All right, Addie's back in. So, guys, I have a regular conversation with my husband about the SCOBY. And it goes something like this. The first person who made kombucha, whether on purpose or by accident, what were they thinking when they thought, I want to drink the stuff that thing is in? Because those SCOBYs are kind of gross looking. Addie and Mark, you're still duking it out. What do you guys think? What were they, or maybe do you know the history of kombucha? I don't.
They're really thirsty.
They probably had some kimchi and wanted to wash down the kimchi flavor, and they had their tea, but it had fermented a little bit, kind of like a kefir water, and the yeast and bacteria. It just, So that's how that started, I bet.
It's pretty way out there. We've got a new Mark in on the action. So Addie, Mark, and Mark are kind of duking this one out. We've got another bid in on this one. So I kind of put that out there with kimchi, because we also make kimchi at my house, which is also really good for your tummy, probiotic. But boy, it gets really stinky. Addie is back in on the action. Mark and Mark, you're up, my friends. We're gonna keep this one going. I have an idea in my head of what I'd like to see this one go for. It's valued over $1,000. We're hearing, yes, you can tan the SCOBY. I had a good friend of mine that tagged me in 10 things to do with your SCOBY. I don't know. They're pretty out there. Mark is back in on the action. Addie, Mark, can we do it? Can we cross over that $1,000 threshold? If you've never seen kombucha brewed, I highly recommend that you go and do that class that we were just mentioning. We just got up to the $1,000 level, my friends. I say that we keep this one going, nice and going. Addie, really incredible. Mark, you can still get in on it. Yeah, maybe we should have had scobies raining down instead of the confetti. This is really incredible, but it is still going, my friends. Mark is back in on the action. Addie, you can keep it going, my friends. We want to hold this one open. Cheer them on. This is really, really special stuff. Paterkins is out. Gonna let it go that easy. All right, can we keep it going?
How many marks are on this thing?
Oh yeah, rain movies not so much. We'll stick with the confetti. All right, we are gonna be. We've got new bidders. They're still coming in, my friends. Again, don't wait. Get in on the action. Addie, you are our top bidder on my accounts. We're gonna keep this one going. You never have enough marks and marks. Mark and Marks. Let's go, Mark, and Addie. We want to see this one go huge. I'm curious if any of you are going to be doing the drop off or the pickup. Yeah, it's for the cause. It's for your community. It's to support all of this amazing work. We're going to be shutting it down in just a moment. Guys, I don't know about you. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that party. I'm going to be there bright and early, 7 a.m. These bids just keep coming in. So I'm not gonna, I'll keep it open as long as you're going. Mark is in the lead. Addie, you can steal this one from him if you think that you can get it going. We're pushing and pushing for that Booch. Hey guys, let's talk about this blueberry Booch, because that was a big topic of conversation in the chat early on. I understand that it sold out. Like, how fast? How fast did the blueberry sell out?
Like 4 days.
Yeah, so 4 days. Now, is that coming back? Addie is in the lead right now. So is the blueberry going to come back?
Maybe.
Hey, we're just trying to get through a day. We don't really know a whole lot, but there is a new flavor coming out. But blueberry, you never know. Okay. No one knows.
All right. So
this is no one knows.
No one knows. Okay, but there's some. Can you tell us about some of the other flavors that we've heard? And we've got Mark back in the lead. Mark and Addie duking it out. And let's see. Tell us quickly about any of those other flavors.
Well, we haven't really released any other flavors.
Okay,
how about the one that we're releasing starts with an R.
An R.
Okay, it could
and
be.
It's not raspberry.
Rapunzelberry. All right, so here's the deal. I've got Mark Gurin in at 1,500, Addie at 1,400, and I could sell. Let's see, where did we lose the other Mark? We lost him a little earlier. So Mark and Addie. Addie, you were at 14. Mark is at 15. I can sell it to both of you for $1,400 if you would both like it. So all I need to see in a chat or some confirmation, Mark, you're at 1,500. Addie, you were at 1,400. You both can have it at $1,400. Looks like root beer flavor, red flavor. Addie, you are at 1,400. Mark at 1,500. We can sell to both of you Ricola flavor, $1,400, and we will follow up with them. We're going to close this one down, but I believe we have two winners at that one at $1,400. So congratulations, Carlington Booch. We're going to move. That was pretty awesome. Here, I'll give you guys some down fives. Pat you both on the head. All right, we. Man. Yeah, pretty. Oh, can we wait that way? Here we go. Awesome. We did it. All right. Item number 3. This is our post-COVID-19 live show and private house party. This is our Booch and Beats event. Now, there will be a time where we are coming together again. Let's see. I'm checking in the comments. Why sell one for 15 when you can sell two for 14? Yeah, we did it, man. It was awesome. We are going to come together again. We are going to be celebrating together again. Thank you, Addie. Sounds great. We really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Mark, thank you so much for that one also. When we come together, when you are coming together with your community, all 50 of your closest friends, Carlington Booch has you covered, and John is going to tell you all about that party.
I am going to tell you all about that. Everybody likes a good party. Do you like a good party?
I love good party.
Actually, we don't. We're the guys in the corner at the good party.
When is this thing done?
But once we've had enough kombucha, we're practically on the dance floor. We're
on
doing the dance. We're on the speakers doing the dance. We want to offer you a Booch party with recording artist Joanne Beatty. JoJo Beats. It's going to be Booch and Beats. We are going to supply food up to 50 people. It's going to be finger foods, maybe some sliders, maybe some cheese, maybe some guacamole,
some crackers,
maybe some. We like food. So there's going to be some food involved. There's going to be endless Booch involved, and there's going to be live music, and we're actually going to share story as well. We're going to intermingle it into a night of inspiration and story, and you can invite up to 50 people. So if you have a household that can hold 50 people, that's cool. And we will bring everything to put on a party. And we want to be part of that party. Josh, are you going to be at the party?
Unless I'm on babysitting duty, I will be there.
Josh may not be on the party.
I will be there.
We just want to offer you a party, a COVID release party. So when COVID loosens its grip, we will throw down a party, hopefully at the end of the summer.
We'll see.
Maybe even before that. I don't know. But yeah, let's go, Emily.
It sounds pretty great.
This one, I don't know how to value this one, but it's close to priceless.
I think I would put it up there as priceless, because how else do you throw a party and all you have to do is like get your house ready and invite your friends over? It seems like a pretty good deal. So again, this party is 7 to 10 p.m. You've got your music, you've got your nibbles. We are talking about cheese and sliders happening here. Live music, JoJo Beach, and if you guys say it again.
We're not gonna bring the edibles. You said
okay.
edibles. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. That's what we're doing here. No, we're not having that kind of edibles provided. You can provide your own edibles if you would like to provide your own edibles. That is on you. We will provide the kombucha, the cheese, the music, and the sliders and fun things like that. So we have a bidder already. So I want you to kind of think about this in another way too. So you've heard some really great stories. You've heard about the great work that Carlington Booch is doing for the Ottawa community. You could think of this as like a mini fundraiser in your house. You could invite your friends. You could ask them to donate either to come or when they get there. You're going to hear more of these incredible stories of what Carlington Booch is doing for the Ottawa community. I would be bidding on this if I could, but I would, maybe one day I'll get to fly out there and see you all. This is the cool thing about my new work, is that I get to work with organizations all over the country, and now in other countries, it still counts. Let's see. Live music, JoJo Beats. Oh, so if you got here early, if you got here at all before 7:30, then you might have heard some of that music. It was pretty special stuff. So again, at $500, which is where we are, you could charge your friends $10 each, cover your bases on that way. You could charge them $20 and donate $500 back to Carlington Booch. $15 would get us up to $750. Booch Copter next. Going global, I know it's really, really cool. It's one of these great gifts of COVID. I'm finding that, despite all of the challenges that we're all dealing with, there are many, many silver linings. New friends, for example, and then being able for me to take what I do and help organizations way outside of my community. So let's see, anybody else? And again, there's no expiry on this. This one is good until we can gather again. So don't worry if you are giving and you feel like it could be 2 or 3 years until you're ready to cash in on this. That is totally fine. We'll hold on to it for you. Maybe there'll be more blueberry Booch by then. No expiry. I learned that word. Yes, there were some other words I've learned along the way with my Canadian friends. So no expiry date, 7 to 10 p.m., kombucha and appetizers flowing. You provide your edibles, you provide your friends, and Carlington Booch is going to do the rest for you. So this one is going to be closing out very, very soon. And if someone I know wins this and we are finally traveling again, I actually think I'm kind of not kidding. I might show up at that party. So that's reason to celebrate. So guys, we are going to be moving this one along. That sounds pretty awesome. I'm pretty convinced that I need to show up in Ottawa and like come give you guys some squeezes when squeezes are allowed again. All right. We're on to our last item. Can you believe that already? It's been really fun. We will travel again and we will party again. Yes, 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 Vicky, I would love to come and give you guys squeezes. It would be amazing. All right. That's like one of the things I'm missing the most is hugs from my friends. I'm happy being at home, but I miss hugs. So item number 4, this one is super special and really rare, first time ever. So here's the deal, friends. This is item number 4. It's our very, very last item, last chance for a big, big, big fundraising push. This one is personalized Booch for a season. Here's how this works. So tonight has been all about community. It's been all about story. It's all about connection, as we've heard. You may or may not know that those faces on the bottles of the Carlington kombucha are all about story as well. Now, this is a super rare first time ever experience, and we are going to set a very high standard. You'll see it's a much higher opening bid, and we're throwing it out there because we wanted to see if anybody would go for it. John's going to tell us a little bit about it. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. We're going to hang on to it because there will be a day when we sell this for thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But right now, John, go ahead and tell us what is involved in this personalized Booch.
Well, faces tell the story, and your face can help be a part of our story and tell your story. Go ahead, Josh. What's this all about?
I just think, who doesn't walk into the grocery store, look at a bottle of Booch, look at a bottle of Booch and says, man, I want my face on a bottle. Like, I think that, I think that every time I go in, maybe because some of us have their face on a bottle.
Josh is secretly bidding right now because he has a little bit of bottle envy.
But each of these stories represents someone who's affected by addiction. So yeah, we want to give you guys the opportunity to get your face on a bottle. So you can send us a picture, and we have an artist that will sketch that picture, and it will get put onto one of our bottles. So we're releasing a bunch of seasonal flavors this summer. So for a limited edition, for a SKU of 500 bottles, you will have your face on one of our labels. A part of that, you will get the sketch from the artist, and you're also going to get a case, 24 Booch of that specific label.
I've seen some of the names in the chat, and your face shouldn't be on a label, but you can still bid. Sorry, was that right?
That's not rude.
I've had too many kombuchas. I apologize.
You could have up to 2 people in the picture on the label, and it could be in memory of someone who you know that struggled with addiction, if you struggle yourself, or it could just be to stand in solidarity. Yeah. With even if you don't know anyone, just to stand in solidarity with people who do.
That sounds awesome. That sounds really amazing. So a couple of thoughts. One is it doesn't have to be your picture. It can be a picture of someone else. And again, we mentioned that we're starting this at $4,000, and I understand that we might not get it. And 2 pieces of this. One is this is a big piece, and we know that not everybody can show up like that. And that's why we're ending with that monthly gift, which we'll get to in a moment. We understand that sometimes the way that community works is by spreading out the love instead of focusing it on this one thing. But we did want to put this out there. This can be maybe you work with Josh and John to create a story. Now, I think you guys have a man, a woman, and a child. So, right, those are the three faces that are on the bottles now. So there's room for more stories. There's room for siblings. There's room for parent-child relationships, for partnerships, right? You can create a story because, again, as Vicky mentioned in the chat, addiction is a family experience. It is a family addiction. It's a family disease. And what we want to make sure that we're communicating is that story goes beyond just that man, that woman, and that child. So this is $4,000, and it's okay if we don't get to it. We're going to move into the monthly gift. But right now, guys, how incredible was this fundraiser so far? Kind of special, wouldn't you think? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really incredible. We're going to go ahead and pop up that monthly gift button on your screen right now. And the way that this works is we invite you, if those big chunks weren't your jam, we encourage you to show up in any way that you can on a monthly basis. And as I mentioned earlier in the program, this is really the life force of nonprofits. And the reason why is so many nonprofits, again, I've done over 100 events with nonprofits of all shapes and sizes, and they do depend on these fundraising events, but that's super stressful. Can you imagine running your budget and just hoping that you get the chunk of money that you need to operate? These monthly gifts help them know what they can afford on an ongoing basis so that they can grow and thrive with confidence and know that they can hire people and know that they can buy materials because those gifts are continuously coming in. So friends, gifts of any amount, $25 would be absolutely incredible. If you haven't gotten in on the action yet, this is your chance. Now, in a moment, I'm going to turn it back over to John, but I do want to remind you that all these gifts are fully tax deductible. You'll get that tax receipt, I think is the way that you guys, that John said it. This is your chance, 100% participation. If you won any of our live auction items for the party, we'll follow up with you. The t-shirt winner, we'll make sure that we get a hold of you and give you everything that you need. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for showing up tonight, sharing this time in these peculiar ways. I know it's not always easy to figure out the links and the phone and things like that, but you did it. You showed up, you went through the challenge. So thank you. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Emily Quinn, Auction Emily. It's been a delight working with these guys. We will pass it back to you, John and Josh.
Well, Auction, did you have something to say?
I'm just going to say thank you, Emily.
Yeah. Thank you, Auction Emily, for allowing us to be your best friend. I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that participated and any new partners or old partners that were led to help us out to achieve our mission and to achieve a greater impact in the Ottawa region and beyond. I just thank you for anybody that wanted to be a monthly donor. That's a big deal to us. And just so that you know that your finances are going to have high impact. So we just thank you for everybody that's participated in tonight. Thank you for Arctria and Jevin did so much. We thank you for that and everybody else that helped out behind the scenes. There's a lot of work that actually went into this, but not a lot for us, but it was, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. A lot of media devices and cameras and distance and all of that stuff. So we just thank you for your support, whatever level you gave. If the label didn't sell and you want to talk to me about that and you want to honor somebody with a face on a label, we're still looking for one of the white labels with a new face on it. So if you want to be a part of that, and if we hadn't sold that, then we can still talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it. Anything else?
Thanks everyone who, if you shared your 6-word story, thank you. Because I know there's power and there's strength.
Story is so important
in sharing that. So I know it impacts, when you share something, I know it impacts others around you. So thank you for that vulnerability and just for sharing. Sharing
your vulnerability takes people out of shame and condemnation and brings hope and healing to other people. So every chance that you get, share that 6-word story.
Boom.
We appreciate your story. It's your most valuable gift. And so thank you so much. I don't know what else to say right now, unless we have a hugging fight. Squeeze fight. Yeah. Go squeeze a friend.
Yeah.
Whoa, the confetti. More confetti. Yeah. Man, Janelle won the t-shirt. Good for you, awesome. Janelle. That's awesome. There's people that won a monthly subscription for Booch for a year.
And we got a party coming up.
We got a party. Did somebody win the party? Who won the party? Somebody won the party.
I don't know who won it, but we're going somewhere.
And we will send out an email. I don't even know if we're live right now, but we'll send out an email on how much we raised and what the plans are. So thank you for participating.
Guys,
I'm running out of Booch.
We
just want to say goodbye and get another Booch. And we love you all. Thank you.
Stay safe. See ya.
Stay safe. Wash your hands. Bye.
Bye.
I just can't stop but cry. Oh, oh. ways won't obey.